that autumn wind. Shout out to the Raiders, man, we about to win.
Use hashtag Raiders have your questions featured on air. Yeah, it's youtube.com/Raiders. But we are the most watched Raiders channel here on YouTube. And I like being able to stay laid back because y'all are laid back and we can have a lot of fun. So use hashtag Raiders have your questions featured live on air, or you can super chat like my man Blake did. So Blake's one of my most loyal watchers. I feel like we can hold Rodgers in check. Our defense has improved, but what do we do about the vicious Packers D? Honestly, Blake, you got to watch out for that vicious D. I don't know if their defense is actually as good as what it was proclaimed the first 3 weeks. They just played bad offenses. And then the Eagles kind of exploited them for 34 points. And then sure, they looked pretty good last week, like this past week against the Cowboys. But are we really sure the Cowboys have a good offense? Like, the Cowboys have played two teams, good teams. The Saints, L ticket. The Packers, L ticket. The Packers defense is good. But I think, again, the Packers defense is not better than the Bears defense. It's not. And the fact that if we can just get physical with our offensive line right now, setting the tone, shout out to Tom Cable, if we can set the tone and be tougher than that team, yeah, then we're going to be laying some vicious D. Tatiana, what up, girl? Can we shout out Raiders before I head into work? All right, Tatiana. Hang on a sec. You ready? So when I say Raiders, y'all type Raiders. So Tatiana wants it. So if you think that, well, maybe she does. I don't know. If you guys don't want to listen to me, at least do it for Tatiana. So when I yell Raiders, y'all yell Raiders. You ready? Maybe we can get Alicia to do it. Raiders! Raiders! People are looking at the studio. Raiders! Throw it in the comments section. I might have just killed my voice, though. Let's go to Caleb. Tatiana, much appreciated. If we keep Jacobs and don't decide to release or trade him after his rookie contract is up, can he become the Raiders' all-time rusher? Sure. Anybody can become the all-time, I shouldn't say anybody. He's right now on pace, yes, to break Marcus Allen's records. Josh is having an incredible year. He is an unbelievable running back, and I love being able to watch him because he's also, like, super quiet, super shy, and you have to respect it in today's age, right? I mean, you guys see, I'm always pimping out my social. Josh, though, he, like, hides, and I respect it. I do think Josh is going to have a good career. It's ultimately going to come down to how much money. Because here's the other thing. As much as I love Josh, if there's one thing that the NFL's been able to prove, running backs can come in right away and be productive. So then maybe we need to just go in the draft again. But I do love me some Josh. Let's go to Ivy_Lil Joe with a crooked smiley face. Do you think Raiders should sign Crabtree? Do I think that the Raiders should sign Crabtree? I'll say yes and I'll say no. Right now, the Raiders need depth. However, I don't think it's going to happen because I actually don't think that Michael Crabtree is better than a receiver like Zay Jones right now at this point of his career. I also don't think he's better than Marcel Aitman, who the Raiders just waived to make room for Zay Jones. Michael Crabtree had a great chemistry with Derek Carr, but Michael Crabtree was also released by the Arizona Cardinals. Yeah. I don't know. I personally, if you can give me the 2016-2017 version of Crab, sure. 2019 version, not so good. Get us to 30K subscribers. I appreciate y'all who already do subscribe. And if you're not already subscribed and you're watching this video for the first time, I want you to type S. All right, I want you to type S. And if you're already subscribed, I want you to type S as well. Actually, that doesn't make any sense. Type me if you're a subscriber. If you're a virgin subscriber, type S. Currently at 27,920. Once we get to 30K, I can do Edwards 40 hands. If you don't know what it is, Google it. And turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we go live. The Nation is the best fan base in the entire world. Y'all are like a family. Heck, I have met this one guy in Dallas 5 times. And every single time I meet Josh out for drinks or we hang out, the dude always has Raider stuff on. Y'all are a different breed, and I appreciate it. He also has tattoos all over his body. So shout out to my man Graf. He's a good dude. But that's why I like this show. We have fun. We interact. Get us to 30K. Going on a tangent. One of the reasons, though, I love Josh, he's a competitive dude, and he challenged me on FanDuel. So I want you guys to challenge me on FanDuel as well. FanDuel.com/chatsports. You got to go and create a new account. once you create a new account with FanDuel, and once you put down at least $5, DM me on Instagram, DM me on Twitter, DM me on Facebook, challenge me. You want to make it $1? We'll do it. You want to make it $5? I'll do it. Last week I did 4 competitions on FanDuel. I won all 4. I like being able to have fun with y'all. I also like winning money. So if you think you're smarter than me, go to FanDuel.com/chatsports, challenge me. Let's have some fun. Let's go to Noel. Or maybe Noel. Do you think Karl Joseph has really stepped up this season? Really stepped up? No. Played up to what I expect from Karl Joseph? Yes. Karl Joseph was drafted in the first round in 2016 for a reason. Karl Joseph also has had to really up his game because the Raiders are now without Jonathan Abram. Here's the thing, though. Do I think that he has stepped up to a point where I can't believe it? No. He's still giving up some big plays, and he needs to be better against tight ends down the middle of the field. However, I do think Karl Joseph is having a good season. I don't think he's the defensive MVP, though, this year. Let me know in the comments section who you guys think the defensive MVP is. I also put it out on my Twitter about like a week ago. So if you guys want to know, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Make sure you guys are using hashtag Raiders. Get your questions on the show like Steve. What up, Steve? This some Tomming bull. You were supposed to do Edward 40 hands a while ago. Well, Steve, here's the thing. You don't have a picture, so you were supposed to do that a while ago. And I've been told by my bosses, once we get to 30K subscribers, I'm allowed to do it, all right? So you guys know I like to drink. I did 84 beers in 6 minutes. I did 6 beers in 6 minutes. I said if Keelan Doss doesn't make the team, I'll do Edwards 40 hands. My bosses were like, here's the thing, though, Mitch. You're not at 30K subscribers yet. I don't make the rules. These guys pay my checks. This is how the lights come on. They tell me 30K subscribers, I can do Edward 40 hands. The quicker we get there, the quicker I can do it. So get me there. I need 2,000 more. 2,000. Let's go to Ryan Taylor. What up, fam? Why does it seem like we come out after halftime with the same fire as the first half? It's a very good question, and it's something that I've wondered. I don't know if it's the same fire. I think this. I actually think John Gruden is very, very intelligent when it comes to planning games, and I think it's a reason why the Raiders look so good in the first quarter. It's because John can literally plan the entire week. Like, go back and you look at John's past success in the NFL. He's always been great in the first quarter because he, like, schemes, and he's very intelligent and knows what the defense is going to do. The issue with John is making the changes because then when teams go into halftime, they make changes for John. I don't know if we really change our offense enough, so I don't know if we lose the fire. I just think we have coaches who are so good at planning for that first quarter, for the second quarter, and then afterwards, you don't have the time to plan, so that's when everything kind of gets caught up. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Let's go to Caleb. If we keep Jacobs and don't decide to release or trade him after his rookie contract is up, can he become the all-time rusher? So I think we already answered this, Caleb. I appreciate the comment. But do I think he can? Sure. Let me know how many rushing yards you think Josh Jacobs could potentially have. How about this year? Because right now he's on pace for 1,378, I believe. 282 carries, 13 touchdowns. I think that's what he's on pace for. Make sure you guys using hashtag Raiders in the comments section. Chris, trying to figure out, are you sitting down? You have a picture with Manti Te'o's girlfriend? I'm not quite sure. Do you think the short passes by Carr are because we don't have a number 1 wide receiver? Yes and no. Derek actually is doing exactly what the offense wants him to do. Get the ball out quick. Why are we trying to get the ball out quick? Because I think it plays to our strengths. Also, the Raiders kind of want to play like this up-tempo offense right now, which sometimes it's good, but when it's bad kind of thing. I want Derek to stretch the ball out more, but when Tyrell's hurt, when J.J. Nelson's hurt, you don't really have that player who really can stretch the field. Yes, Trevor Davis is fast, but he's not really been able to prove to me that he's a reliable pass catcher. So I think that's one of the reasons why we're doing, all these short dump-offs. Let's go to Tedford Vaughn Patriot with a picture of Tom. All right, oh, man. Hang on. I'm trying to see this super chat, Tedford. Okay, so Alicia's talking to me in my ear, so hang on. Mitch, I super chatted, no shout out. So Tedford super chatted that OBJ, that's what I'm hearing, that we should trade for Odell Beckham Jr. So Tedford, we're trying to get the questions in. It's all good. Around the OBJ trade, though, I don't see why the Browns would give up Odell Beckham Jr. after just going out for him. Also, we'd have to pay him a ton of money. And has he really made that big of a difference on the Browns? I mean, I just watched the Browns look like one of the worst football teams in the entire NFL. And I don't know, between you and me, yes, the 49ers are 4-0. But the 49ers, I really don't think are that good of a football team. I'm sorry. I've said it multiple times on the main chat sports channel. They haven't really beat anyone. Yeah, they looked good against the Browns, but the Browns did not even show up. Can somebody beat the 49ers? Because I am so sick and tired of people here at Chat Sports telling me the 49ers are good. So sick of it. Tedford, though, I appreciate your super chat. I'm sorry I couldn't get it on screen. Let's go to Brian. We haven't heard from our GM since the season started. Is that by design? Yeah, I think Mike's actually kind of a quiet dude. And he wants to have John talk. If there's one thing I know John likes to do, it's talk. So why not put him in front and do all the talking? I don't know. If he's in the background doing what he needs to do, I'm okay with it. Mike Mayock isn't paid to make comments. He's made to make good football decisions. And I think right now, if you look at this roster on how injured it's been, on how all the bullcrap that we dealt with Antonio Brown coming into this year, how difficult our schedule is, all the traveling we had to do, we're 3-2. That's good. We're playing very good teams and beating good teams. With all the injuries with the young players we've had, I've been very, very impressed with Mike Mayock. Now, if you guys like this shirt, Raider Nation Store, they've hooked us up with an awesome deal. So if you like this shirt, and if you want more tank tops, right, got some tank tops at Raider Nation Store. So you got to go to www.raidernationstore.net, and once you go there, use my promo code Mitch20 for 20% off if you need some new gear for the gym. It's pretty embarrassing, though. Ask this random dude to take a picture of me. Let's go to Mysterious Matthew as my voice cracks. Should we trade for Nelson Aguilar? I know. I spelled that wrong. Honestly, would not have even known. So, good job. If y'all don't like receivers that drop the football, y'all are not... if you guys got mad at Amari Cooper for dropping footballs, y'all would hate Nelson Aguilar. Because Nelson is a player who looks amazing like Amari's done, and then he looks just like he doesn't even know how to play football. Do I think we should go out and trade for him, though? At this point, if he was available, you're always going to look into it, but I don't really think he's available. Let's go to Blake. Do you think the Raiders should draft more LSU players or Alabama? Had to ask because I'm a big LSU fan. Well, Blake, how about this? Before I get into that question, if you're ever in Dallas, Texas, I will take you to an LSU bar because my best friend here down in Texas, he's also from LSU. And we always go to an LSU bar on Saturdays and watch football games. Big game for them this week. LSU players are Bama players. I mean, the LSU players look pretty good. Bama players look good. But also, Clemson. Clemson looks pretty good, too. Rank them. LSU? All right. Alicia probably knows more college football than I. So, LSU. Let's go to Hot Wheels. Are you tired of media now just saying, can you imagine if the Raiders had AB? I know, I'm tired of it. Yeah. Yes, I am. I think I'm more upset because it's still about Antonio Brown, and it's not even close to being enough about how amazing this team has come together. How we have all these young players, how we go out and sign all these new faces, and how football, look at the Browns. The Browns realistically have more talent than the Raiders. But I think it's because our team is closer and because our team actually is buying into the system, and it's why we're actually winning football games. Because football is a team sport, and you got 11 guys trying to do the same thing. Our coaching staff actually deserves a lot of credit for being able to deal with all these injuries, for being able to deal with the offseason drama, and still win football games. Because look at the Browns. The Browns have a lot of talent, but they're not all buying into the system. So yeah, Hot Wheels, I am tired of it. Let's go to Joker Johnson. Probably the last question I have time for. Mitch, do you think we should trade Arden Key for a 4th-round pick? If I could get a 4th-round pick for Arden Key, I would do it. I don't think a team gives up a 4th-round pick for Arden Key. Guys, he has 1 sack his entire career. He has all the tools in the entire world. But here's the thing. He just doesn't produce. Would I give a 4th-round pick? Yeah. Yeah, I would. So we had a lot of questions flowing in here. And if I missed your question, I'm sorry. Greatly, greatly sorry. So if I missed your question, DM me on Instagram right now. At MitchellRenz365. I will spend the rest of my night watching Big Mouth on Netflix. Great show. And answering questions on my Instagram. at Mitchell Renz 365. Just so you guys know, the video is going to continue to loop through. I love y'all, but DM me at Mitchell Renz 365. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.